Hello, everyone. I am Miss Gutierrez, and I am here with a very, very special guest. In fact, this special guest happens to be the first principal of Boronda Meadows School, and her name is Rosie Alvarez. Hello, Rosie.
Hello, how are you today?
I'm doing great, Rosie. I'm so happy that you are here with us and that you are going to read a Thanksgiving themed book. But before we do that, I know that you wanted to talk with us a little bit about, what you remember about Boronda Meadows. What were some of your fun memories that you like to share with everyone?
Well, opening up a new school is very exciting was very exciting for me and for the students. We walked into a brand new school. Everybody had a new desk. All playground equipment was brand new, a new cafeteria. So we were all very exciting. It was a very, very exciting time for all of us, opening a school that no one else had been to before. So that's one of the best memories. I remember how excited all the parents and all the kids and all the community was to be in a brand new school. And they hadn't built a new school in Salinas probably for over 20 years. Wow. So this is very, very exciting for all of us. And I love that the community, the Boronda community, got that school. They deserved it.
Yes, and I must agree with you. It is a very beautiful and big school. And I'm very proud to be the current principal of Boronda Meadows. Rosie, what else would you like to share with our community, our Boronda Meadows community?
Well, I keep reading good things that are happening at Boronda. I'm so happy to see that a lot of the same teachers are there and some really great new ones are there. So I think this community is going to keep thriving. And with you, Ms. Gutierrez, as a new young principal with lots of enthusiasm and a lot of hopes and aspirations for the students, I think your school's gonna shine. So I'd like to share that with you.
Oh, thank you, Rosie. Thank you. What story do you have for us today?
Today I have a story. It is a Thanksgiving themed story, but it's really not about Thanksgiving. Many of you who are the same culture as myself and Ms. Gutierrez, Latinos, sometimes our traditions are very different from some of the traditions that people here in America do for special occasions. And I can remember for Thanksgiving, a lot of times we didn't have turkey. And a lot of the families that I work with used to tell me that they didn't have turkey either. And a lot of families, even that were from America, lived here all their lives, a lot of them don't celebrate eating turkey either because a lot of times they don't like it. A lot of times they're vegetarians, and a lot of times they just decide that's not what they want to eat. So today I want to read a story about our culture, what sometimes we eat instead of eating turkey, which is tamales. All of you, I'm sure, have eaten tamales for Christmas and probably for Thanksgiving too. They're so yummy and they're so fun to do. And the nicest thing about making tamales is just not one person does it. It's the whole family who gets together and make tamales. Even the men get together and they help make the tamales. So it is a wonderful tradition that we bring. So I want to read a story today called Too Many Tamales. Okay. Too many tamales. Snow drifted through the streets, and now that it was dark, Christmas trees glisten in the windows. So this story takes place during Christmas. Maria moved her nose off the glass and came back to the counter. She was acting grown up now, helping her mother make tamales. Their hands were sticky with masa, and masa, as you know, is dough. A lot of you have made tortillas with masa. That's very good, her mother said. Maria happily kneaded the masa. She felt grown up wearing her mother's apron. Her mom had even let her wear lipstick and perfume. If only I could wear mom's ring, she thought to herself. Maria's mom had placed her diamond ring on the kitchen counter. Maria loved that ring. She loved how it sparkled like the Christmas tree lights. When her mother left the kitchen to answer the telephone, Maria couldn't help herself. She wiped her hands on the apron and looked back at the door. I'll wear the ring for just a minute, she said to herself. The ring sparkled on her thumb. Maria returned to kneading the masa, her hands pumping up and down. On her thumb, the ring disappeared, then reappeared in the sticky glob of dough. Her mother returned and took her bowl from her. Go get your father for this part, she said. And this is where the fathers get involved. Then the three of them began to spread masa onto corn husks. Maria's father helped by plopping a spoonful of meat in the center and folding the husk. He then placed them in a large bowl on the stove. They made 24 tamales as the windows grew white with delicious smelling curls of steam. A few hours later, the family came over with armfuls of bright presents. Her grandparents, her uncle and aunt, and her cousin Dolores, Teresa, and Danny. Maria kissed everyone hello. Then she grabbed Dolores by the arms and took her upstairs to play with the other cousins, tagging along after them. They cut out pictures from the newspaper, pictures of toys they were hoping were wrapped and sitting underneath the Christmas tree. As Maria was snipping out a picture of a pearl necklace, a shock spread through her body. The ring, she screamed. Everybody stared at her. What ring? Dolores asked. Without answering, Maria ran to the kitchen. The steaming tamales lay piled on a platter. The ring is inside one of the tamales, she thought to herself. It must have come off when I was kneading the masa. Dolores, Teresa, and Danny skidded into the kitchen behind her. Help me, Maria cried. They looked at each other. Danny piped up first. What do you want us to do? Eat them, she said. If you bite something hard, tell me. The four of them started eating. They tipped off the husks and bit into them. The first one was good, and the second one pretty good. But the third tamal, they were tired of the taste. Keep eating, Maria scolded. Corn husks littered the floor. Their stomachs were stretched till they hurt, but the cousins kept eating until only one tamal remained on the plate. This must be it, she said. The ring must be in that one. We'll each take a bite. You first, Danny. Danny was the youngest, so he didn't argue. He took a bite. Nothing. Dolores took a bite. Nothing. Teresa took a big bite. Still nothing. It was Maria's turn. She took a deep breath and slowly, gently bit into the last mouthful of tamal. Nothing! Did any of you bite something hard? Maria asked. Danny frowned. I think I swallowed something hard, he said. Swallowed it, Maria cried, her eyes big with worry. She looked inside his mouth. Teresa said, I didn't bite into anything hard, but I think I'm sick. She held her stomach with both hands. Maria didn't dare look into Teresa's mouth. She wanted to throw herself on the floor and cry. The ring was now in her cousin's throat, or worse, his belly. How in the world could she tell her mother? But I have to, she thought. She could feel tears pressing to get out as she walked into the living room where the grown-ups were sitting. They chattered so loudly that Maria didn't know how to interrupt. Finally, she tugged on her mother's sleeve. What's the matter? Her mother asked. She took Maria's hand. I did something wrong, Maria sobbed. What? Her mother asked. Maria thought about the beautiful ring that was now sitting inside Danny's belly and got ready to confess. Then she gasped. The ring was on her mother's finger, bright as ever. The ring! Maria nearly screamed. Maria's mother scraped off a flake of dried masa. You were playing with it, she said, smiling gently. I wanted to wear it, Maria said, looking down at the rug. Then she told them all about how they'd eaten the tamales. Her mother moved the ring a little on her finger. It winked a silvery light. Maria looked up, and Aunt Rosa winked at her too. Well, it looks like we all have to cook up another batch of tamales, Rosa said cheerfully. Maria held her full stomach as everyone filled into the kitchen, joking and laughing. At first, she still felt like crying as she kneaded a great bowl of masa next to Aunt Rosa. As she pumped her hands up and down, a leftover tear fell from her eyelashes into the bowl, and just a second rested on her fingers, sparkling like a jewel. Then Rosa nudged her with her elbow and said, Hey, Niña, it's not so bad. Everybody knows that the second batch of tamales always tastes better than the first one, right? When Dolores, Teresa, and Danny heard that from the other side of the room, they let out a groan the size of a 24 tamales. Then Maria couldn't help herself. She laughed, and pretty soon, everybody else was laughing, including her mother. And when Maria put her hands back into the bowl of masa, the leftover tear was gone. And here's the Christmas tree. The end.
Oh, that's such a beautiful story, Rosie.
Yeah.
What was your favorite part of the story?
My favorite part was when Maria felt so relieved that her mom had the ring on her finger and that her mom had found the ring. I was just so happy at the end that her mom found it.
Yes. And you bring up a good point in sharing this story with our Boronda Meadows families, because like you said, everyone has different traditions, right? And all traditions are beautiful. Similarly to having turkey, similarly, there are other communities and other families that are going to be having tamales instead, or combination. And I've been to households where they have a little bit of both.
Exactly.
Yeah. So are you ready for the Thanksgiving speed round?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. What is your favorite Thanksgiving meal?
We do traditional Thanksgiving meal with turkey and mashed potatoes and gravy and vegetables, and everybody in my household has to make something. They all have to contribute, so it's really fun. But we eat very little because we have big families and we have to visit the other household. And this year it's going to be a little different because of COVID-19. So this year I think we're just going to stay home. But it's very fun and very exciting.
Yes. What is your favorite fall color?
Orange.
If you can thank anyone, Rosie, anyone in your life right now, who would that person be and why?
Honestly, it's not a person. I thank God because I'm very thankful that God has blessed me and my family. We're all healthy and we're alive, and we have so much to be thankful for. And He's given me so much in my life, and I'm very thankful for Him.
That's very beautiful. Can you share one of your favorite Boronda Meadows memories with us?
I think one of my favorite memories was when our school and my students had worked so hard. They were wonderful students. I had wonderful teachers, and we all worked to make everything so great for the kids that we serve. Well, our school worked so hard that we got rewarded. We won ACABE, School of the Year. So our school was picked from all the schools in California to be a distinguished school, which means that it's one of the best schools in California. And that was to all the hard work of my teachers and especially the students. So that was one of my best memories that we had. The parents were so proud of their students, the teachers were so proud, and it was really a great time.
Sounds like a great time. Hopefully we can replicate something like that one day.
Sure you will.
Yes. Rosie, finish the sentence for all of these three sentences. Boronda Meadows students
Are the best students in Salinas.
Boronda Meadows teachers are
They are the most awesome and hardworking teachers in Salinas.
and Boronda Meadows families are
They're the best, very supportive of their children. They are the best community to work for.
Rosie, it was such a pleasure doing this read aloud with you. I want to thank you on behalf of the Boronda Meadows community. It's an honor to be able to do the read aloud with you. I know that your Boronda Meadows has a special place in your heart.
Yes. Every time I go by, I feel touched. Every time I go by. Yeah. So it's a great school, and I'm just happy to see that you're leading it now. So I want to wish all of you a wonderful Thanksgiving, because I think we all have a lot to be thankful in 2020. You know, 2020 has been a very difficult year, but we're still here, we're still healthy, and we're still serving kids. So that's a blessing.
Yes. And I'm very thankful that that you are here with us today, Rosie, and thank you, and I wish you a happy Thanksgiving.
Same to you. It was a pleasure talking to you and reading to your community.
Yes. At the count of three, I always like to finish with the Go Hawks, Rosie. If you'd like to participate at the count of three, 1, 2, 3, Go Hawks!
Yay.
Thank you.
All right, take care.